It's been well over a year since BMW shocked us all with the new 4 Series design, and while it's still a controversial look, we've come to enjoy the car in its many forms behind the nose. The 2022 BMW 4 Series offers superb performance, a luxurious interior and top-notch tech befitting its high price. And while all of those qualities would easily translate into success for any other luxury vehicle, the grille design is enough to make several of our editors completely turn away from the car. If the grille is something you can get past, a spunky 4-cylinder and dynamite inline 6 engine await. These can be paired with a body style of your choice: coupe, convertible or Gran Coupe. You can tack on M Sport packages to make a 4 Series as capable or as docile as you please, and fully decked out, the performance of the M440i models is shockingly high. If driving dynamics are your bogey, the 4 Series is a winner amongst the other Germans. We'll need to revisit this once the new C-Class Coupe emerges. The 4 Series interior design and in-car technology are identical to that of the 3 Series, so forgive us if much of what you're about to read generously borrows from our 3 Series review. Like that of its sedan sibling, the 4 Series interior sacrifices some ergonomic functionality in favor of a more eye-catching design with richer materials. Considering that controls are still easily reached and there's storage aplenty, we think it's a net positive, even if the design remains more staid than what you'd find in the Mercedes Benz C-Class Coupe. To dig a little deeper, check out our 3 Series interior driveway test, as virtually everything we mention in it also applies to the 4 Series. The 4 Series comes standard with the latest BMW iDrive 7.0 tech interface. We generally like it, especially the myriad ways to accomplish the same tasks: knob, buttons, touchscreen, voice controls. Basically, it allows you to operate the car as you'd prefer. That said, iDrive is still pretty complex, and some may find its menu structure a little overwhelming, especially at first. Both wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto are on the menu for free, and they work flawlessly. This is the biggest 3/4 Series generation ever, growing to proportions that 20 years ago would have been in the same ballpark as the 5 Series. While that isn't great news when it comes to being a live, sporting coupe, it does improve the 4 Series day-to-day functionality. The back seat is surprisingly spacious in the coupe, and even more surprisingly spacious for the convertible. There's actually decent legroom back there for folks of average height in both, though reduced headroom in the coupe will make it a tight fit for anyone surpassing 6 feet. As a result, both body styles are far more practical than their competitors. Getting into the back seat is even made tolerable by a power-operated mechanism that, while slow, remembers where the front seat was last placed. The Gran Coupe rejoining the lineup this year means it's the new 4 Series utility king. Real doors always beat crawling into the back past a seat. That said, the rear seat still isn't as good as a 3 Series. This is a tricky one. The current generation 4 Series has righted the ship after its dynamically disappointing predecessor. The new one is sharper and more involving, with responsive powertrains. The steering is also better than before, imparting more information to the driver's hands and gaining an increased yet uncontrived amount of effort. That said, it's still numb and artificial in feeling, and certainly doesn't represent the sort of benchmark status enjoyed by past BMW 3 Series coupes and convertibles. In general, the 4 Series just lacks snap when viewed as a sport coupe and convertible. You want more communication through the wheel, more response from the throttle, and more noise from the powertrain and exhaust. It's impressively capable, but you end up gauging whether you can go faster by results rather than what your hands and seat of the pants are telling you. Go ahead and nudge even faster. While it's true that a luxury coupe and especially convertible like the 430i does not need to be performance-oriented, something wearing an M badge like the M440i should inch a little closer to the exceptional, more feelsome M4.